Hello everyone, this is going to be a very short video. All the information will be down below. For those people who are watching it on TikTok, come back to Daryl Guberman. You'll find me on YouTube. You'll also find that on BitChute as well, Daryl Guberman, or November Man 1962. And all the data, the pertinent data will be down below the video. This video today is about AIR21 Whistleblower Protection Program. Doesn't work because Boeing is an FAA regulator since 2009. And as I showed you, ladies and gentlemen, business owners, I've showed you this before. The rest of the data will be down below. Boeing was made an FAA regulator in 2009. It states here the authority of Boeing's commercial airline division is to self-certify its own aircraft. For those of you that don't know about self-certification, it means this. They can design it, build it, fly it, and approve it. There you go. On top of it, everybody talks about the MCAS system. Well, Boeing didn't tell that to the FAA. They didn't have to. They were the FAA 2009, and they are the FAA. And I'm going to tell you that. And Sam Sallyport, I was at that meeting. I stood up. I made a difference as an American. I didn't care. They wanted to shut me down, but they didn't. They let me get out that the fact is that Boeing gave up supplier auditing to a piece of paper called AS9100, as long as it's accredited by the American National Standards Institute and the American National Crediting Board, where Boeing sits as a member. They call out ANSI ANAB on their supplier portal. Okay, they gave up special process inspection like non-destructive testing. You also have heat treat, prime, paint. They gave it up to a certificate. And here's a certificate. The company looks good. They do good heat treating, right? Unbelievable. On top of it, on a supplier bulletin, they said, hand in your certificate, AS9100, ANSI ANAB accredited, hand in your parts. We don't have to come visit you for 22 years. And the worst thing is that Boeing sits on the board that can grant, suspend, and withdraw certification from registrars and accreditation bodies, and they never do it. So let me just tell you about this situation, that Boeing is an FAA regulator because I just read this to you. They are an FAA regulator, which is absolutely despicable. It further goes on to say about MCAS system and Sam Sallyport, who actually stated that the design is no good, that he used to see people, employees jumping on the fuselage to try to get the two pieces, to fit. But this is what it says. The new system allows Boeing employees to perform tasks on behalf of the FAA that include oversight of testing and product standards, and here's the MCAS system, along with certification of aircraft technologies. And here's poor Sam Sallyport, who mentioned about aircraft designs with the 777-78, and it says, and new aircraft designs. It goes on further saying Boeing already had in-house inspection programs, and much of Boeing's inspection work is already delegated to FAA-appointed in-house company inspectors who report most of their findings to the FAA through Boeing. So they're reporting most of their findings. So what happened there? So if they put in a part wrong, they're going to still go and they're not going to tell the FAA? Well, that's what they're trying to blame Boeing on for MCAS, but they can't do it because Boeing is the FAA, ladies and gentlemen. And let me just tell you what this AR21 is. The AIR21 is codified in 49 U.S.C. 42121 and provides a process to allow air carrier industry employees to challenge being discharged or otherwise being discriminated against for providing information related to air carrier safety to their employer or their federal government. Now, poor Sam said in the under deposition there, giving his, his information, he said that he was basically accosted by his manager. And that to me is absolutely abominable. And then you find out that the Boeing engineering union, those people, at least two of them who are designated as FAA representatives within Boeing, and I'm going to say this to you as slow as possible, ladies and gentlemen. You have Jim McCurvey. He was a CEO that brought in 787 MAX to fruition. He is an FAA administrator. By them making the Boeing employees FAA, there has to be an administrator on board, or else it's like the Wild West. They are not letting this out in the news media. And then you go up to Dennis Muhlenberg, and he is also an FAA administrator. And then David Calhoun, who didn't know what the term escape meant He was there since 2009 on the board. He must have been too many martinis and too much golfing, Dave. That's what happens. But he's paid to be a punching bag, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't have to know anything about aerospace. He's paid to be a punching bag. The next one that they choose will probably be the same thing. I put my hat into the ring because I believe that even in the quality arena, I don't care about even the CEO, even if I was the head of quality, we can get the job done and done properly, no matter how big it is. Remember, it is the individual, as Igor Sikorsky said, it is the individual that makes the difference, not even the team, okay? The team is good, but with that individual who is the leader, the team gets better. And that's what I did. I put in my CV, thus far we haven't heard anything. But anyway, so this was a whistleblower designation that Boeing never respected, it appears, from these two FAA designees. Now you have the CEOs all being FAA administrators. Don't let anybody kid you, okay? In fact, I sent two news media outlets, they wanted to interview me, Bloomberg and another organization I'm not going to mention. And the person at Bloomberg didn't know what self-certified meant, and she was writing for Bloomberg or for the aerospace industry for over 10 years. To me, is a little bit, I don't know. But anyway, we sent them the video on about the Homeland Security Committee that was inquisitioning Sam Salipar. And as I've showed you in many videos, they'll be down below. The last video I did is 14 minutes long. I don't want this one to go that far. But the Department of Homeland Security sits on ANSI's board, the American National Standards Institute, right over by the American National Crediting Board, with federal agencies and other corporations. Between 2015 and 21, a communist Chinese national was watching over the IF, the International Accreditation Form, which is a repository for both national and international accreditation bodies. The IAF was formulated and designed by ANSI, the American National Standards Institute, who are underwriters for the IAF and IAF's sister organization in Australia, the International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation. You cannot make this up, ladies and gentlemen. I was standing there and I thought, when I got up, I thought I was giving information to the CCP. And then on top of it, when Richard Blumenthal came over to me and I held back a lot of the information that I have. I held back because giving those documents to these people are like giving it to Xi Jinping. There we go, right behind us. You can't make it up. 203-556-1493 or Daryl, TQRS@yahoo.com. And this is about AIR21 Whistleblower Protection Program. Doesn't work because Boeing is FAA regulator since 2009. I will have all documentation down below. Those who are watching this on TikTok or watching it on, I know, TikTok, Chinese, a big deal. You know, right now, the committee's in China, so I can use that platform to get this out about us. Isn't that a terrible thing? Unbelievable. I look forward to hearing from you, 203-556-1493. Thank you.